Did you have a particular car that you were a fan of growing up that you just needed? And if you could be a Transformer, what would that car be?
After complete deliberation, I settled on the Jeep Cherokee Hellcat.
Okay.
Because it's utilitarian, can go off-road,
right.
Can also tear up the pavement. It's got way too much power. It's comfortable.
Yeah.
It's not a Wrangler, so it's comfortable.
But the gas mileage on that is terrible.
My gas mileage is terrible. I mean, I cleared out the hallway coming in here. But that's what happens when you have Brussels sprouts for breakfast. So,
John, why are you having Brussels sprouts for breakfast? What kind
Why not? Why aren't you?
For Complex News, I'm Pierce Simpson, here with WWE legend John Cena and newest star of Bumblebee. John,
thank you.
How you doing, man?
I'm doing great.
Shake your hand.
Yeah,
we're
man.
Here. We got a great setup. It's the holiday season, so we're
Yes.
making gingerbread houses
Yes.
as we conduct the interview about your newest movie.
We will build a candy house.
We will. This is my first time ever building a gingerbread house.
We will build a candy house development.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right. I'm competitive, so I think my house might be a little better.
You saying you're competitive is one thing. You claiming victory before we start, that's arrogance, my friend.
I don't, wow. You're in Bumblebee starring as Agent Jack Burns. There was a lot of depth and personality with this role. You even wrote the backstory for this guy.
The backstory of Agent Montgomery, Jack Burns. Yes.
Jack Burns.
Yes. Yeah, the Simpsons reference, right on. He catches it.
I caught it.
You're in the imaginative business. You gotta create a personality to assume the personality. Although I'd like to take all the credit for it, a lot of that comes from talking with the director. Being like, hey man, you're doing this movie. What essentially do you want? Right. I use the same philosophy on Blockers with Kay Cannon. Hey, what do you see out of this character? So in talking with the director, the person who actually sees the movie, and them saying, I'm thinking this.
Right.
As long as you're on the same page, you're off to a great start. And then it's just a matter of evolving as the movie's being filmed. And Burns got a lot of that depth as the movie was being filmed.
Right. I was reading online and you mentioned that.
Everything's true on the internet.
Everything is true on the internet, of course. We all know that.
My ice is making noises.
But
Pay no attention.
You mentioned that you wanted a character with a little bit more dimension. At what point did you kind of come to that realization with your next project that you wanted a character?
Well, I think as performers we all search for that, but at the same time I knew my role in all this. Agent Burns was supposed to be a direct, face-forward protector that eliminates all threat.
Right.
I'm okay with that. Yeah. I mean, we all want to be like, well, I want to have conflict and be good and bad and save the day and be the hero and be the villain at the same time. But our job as performers is to be our nice little chess piece and hopefully tell a great story.
Was there any pressure involved when you know that the Transformers franchise and the legacy is very vast? You even have Steven Spielberg as an EP on the film. Is there pressure to kind of like, you know,
faulty materials? Where am I getting this stuff? It's all right. Pressure not because of the legacy of the franchise, pressure because this movie redefines the franchise. So you're taking a lot of bold choices in just the way that Bumblebee looks. Here's two nice depictions of the old Bumblebee and the new Bumblebee. Bumblebee's cute now. So just honestly, just a risk like that is, you never know how a universe that is used to seeing something in multiple installments of a franchise is gonna react.
You know, I just realized just now, I don't have the biceps to do that. That's I think I'm lacking it, because the way.
Well, that particular exercise was developed, it started when I was about 11. And I thought I would go blind, and apparently you don't go blind. And I've been told by selective therapists that it's perfectly healthy.
Were you a fan of Transformers growing up?
Of course I was. Fandom, especially in franchises, and especially franchises based off of toys and comics, goes really deep. Me being from the WWE, I understand the dedication of fandom. I have WWE fans coming up to be giving me facts about me that I don't even know.
So which fan base is more rabid, WWE fans or Transformers?
It's equal, bro. It's really? Equal. I didn't think, I would say WWE, but then I got into Hall H for Comic-Con, and it's for real, bro. It's for real.
I can imagine.
So I think it's one of those instances where you have something that's got multiple installments, you have something with a background that began in the 80s, and the concept of Transformers was so cool, dude. It was like two toys in one.
Right.
As a kid, you literally could do magic, and that was real, and there was nothing like this ever. You wanted a car, you bought a car. You wanted a fighting robot, you got a crappy fighting robot. And then along comes this toy that turns into a sick car and then a sick fighting robot. and you have 2 toys in one. So like in the playground, you were a magician.
Sure.
Yes, that was the 80s. All it took was 2 toys in one for you to be like the king of the playground. Is there any candy that looks like crown molding? I could use some crown molding. So now like we're super into it because we see each other like, well, he's kind of coming along in the house.
Right, okay.
So I got to kind of get into it.
Is it a redeveloped neighborhood? Is that where you're building at?
No, I don't know if it's redeveloped.
Okay.
I think it's a reimagined. I think is what we're gonna call it.
Nice.
Reimagined. I don't want people to feel as if we're, you know, like where you were was bad.
Gotcha,
Exactly.
That makes sense.
I'm just gonna throw a bunch of corporate buzzwords at you now to try to get you to buy this place. It's out of the box. It's forward thinking. It's today yet nostalgic. You know, it's a fast-paced neighborhood with a slow feel to it. Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice. I like that.
and I can get you a great rate.
Really?
Honestly, I know a guy.
You know a guy?
Yeah, I know a guy.
See, John, in the African American community, when people say I know a guy,
Yeah.
that's never a good thing.
Well, there's a triple reverse bond attached to it, so it comes with a little bit of red tape. But I do know a guy.
Listen,
I do know a guy.
I'm not mad at it. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, that might be a film. John Cena and Pierce Simpson, home contractors. Let's get it going. You know what I'm saying? Let's get a studio.
That would be a FBI Files film. It would
Easily.
be yes,
Easily.
very much closed down.
So, John, we're not building gingerbread houses for no reason.
I thought we were.
That would be.
I'm putting this thing on Zillow.
But with Christmas right around the corner, what are your holiday traditions?
Okay, so over the years, my family and I have experienced many traditions. No, you can't. I'm not a frame. You want me to design something? You want to force art? People are going to look at my torso.
That's nice. I will give you that. That's nice.
You had asked about family traditions. So over the years, there's been a bunch. Ugly sweater party,
Nice.
You know, pitcher of beer every 5 minutes till somebody passes out, then a pitcher every 2 minutes.
That sounds like a Friday night, John.
We're talking about the holidays. Sorry,
yeah.
ugly sweater party, Secret Santa, big dinners, but it's basically evolved into the one tradition. The most important thing, that the tradition that we hold on to is spending time with those you love.
Absolutely.
So although I don't know what the gimmick thing will be this year, I know I'll be around the people I love, and I'm very grateful for that.
See, that's amazing. My dad's been trying to cancel Christmas since 2010 for whatever reason. I don't know why. I think he just wants to chill all day. So, you know.
There is also nothing wrong with that.
Hey.
We value our alone time sometimes. I know I did when I was 11. I almost went blind. You guys remember that? You were there. You were there.
No.
You were there. It was weird. He was there.
The Avengers Endgame trailer just recently released. You threw your name in a hat about being Captain America.
You did? How was that?
No, you did.
You just did.
I can't be.
What's the word in the street? What are the kids saying?
The kids, I don't talk to the kids. I don't know.
Well, man, I'm not a doctor. How am I supposed to figure all this out? Did you or did you not tell people I should be Captain America?
Okay, John Cena needs to be Captain America at some point in time. I just told you.
Do you know why? Because you're gonna see Bumblebee and you're gonna love Bumblebee and you're like, wow, this was awesome, Bumblebee movie. And then maybe it'll spawn into other movies about the United States of America and a captain at the same time. But who cares? Right in front of us is the holidays and Bumblebee. So you know how you stage a house?
Yeah.
So now there's like people having fun, like, oh, that's a sick ride, bro. That's also a sick house, man. You know, this is great. You have a generator for the power and a helicopter landing.
So that's my
pad.
okay.
You
That's
can
my
have-
car.
You can
Okay.
have that one.
Boom! I got the cool house.
Because it was my idea to like involve the props, so
Okay.
I'm gonna take a majority of them.
Okay.
So you have guests being like, "Yo, sick ride, bro," and you got a helicopter, and if the power goes out, you get a generator. And the guy's like, "Yeah, like." But what I'm most satisfied about is the architecture and design of this domain. And as you can see by the scope of my size, the ceilings are vaulted and the insides are like really ornate.
Okay.
So the magic is truly on the inside. But I think the detail on the outside is subtle yet bold. Yeah, so let's see what we got.
Okay. Let's turn it around.
I really think you went all in on one side of the house.
That's the only budget I had. It's just that side of the house.
Building
So
a one-sided house.
yeah.
And in doing so, I can see you knocked the actual sidewall.
But see, here's the thing. I just say, just have the ladies pull up on one side of the house. Don't show them the other side. Just say, hey, pull up on Main Street. I'll come get you. You just see this side. One, you have props that my team behind the scenes gave to you. So that's a home field advantage.
The props were in the center, and now
guess
fake
not.
news.
You're saying I could've took
fake
it.
news because the props were in the middle the whole time, and you
I
just
gotta
ignored
use
them.
that one. That's
You just, and I was
I
like,
like
man,
that
I
one.
want
I
to do
like that
something. I want to do something like different.
John Cena, Pierce Simpson, Complex News. Go check out Bumblebee.
Yay! Candy houses.